Gratitude, 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 peace and blessings, peace and love, gratitude, peace to the tribal family, peace to the tribal family. How are you guys doing today? How is everyone doing today? We're going to wait for a few more people to come in and then we'll get started, family. But it's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. We are back with another live stream, family. We are back with another live stream. Gratitude, gratitude. Greetings to everybody coming in. Greetings, greetings. Greetings, greetings. Peace and love, peace and blessings. I hope everybody's doing well on this during this Mercury retrograde. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's holding tight. All right, we're about to get ready and get started. Y'all already know what it is. My words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. My words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. My words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Fiat Lux. Greetings, gratitude, peace and love, peace and blessings. We are trying to promote and push this light, family. Fiat Lux means let there be light. We are pushing this light, family. All right. The thing that everybody think is weak. But as soon as you get in trouble, everybody need it. Everybody want it to save the day. Trailblazer said, my birthday is 11/11, like Brother Yosef. All right. That's powerful, family. I saw earlier, too, you put in the comments that fasting is the best way to get rid of karma. Not really, family. We'll get into that. Fasting puts the body under submission. Fasting puts the body under submission. All right. But we'll get into all that, family. All right. We will get into all that. I hope everybody's been doing well. Y'all know when we in a Mercury retrograde. All right. Don't get upset at me if I don't see your question. Y'all be ready to knock Brother Yosef's head off when I don't answer your questions. Don't get mad at me, family. You know what I'm saying? I don't answer all the questions right away. I can't answer everybody's questions. So I look for ones that I think is worth. Not to say nobody else is not worth. And also, if people do super chats, I try to answer those. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it personal when I don't answer your question. It's all love from over here, right? My moderators, y'all keep an eye out for them from them trolls. They was in here last time. That ended up being a really good live stream last time. And that's why I know the trolls is coming. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I actually don't even get mad. We just ignore them, right? We ignore them, family. Right? I'm a pro at this now. Right. Good. Snipers on deck. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to make it happen. By the way, family, this is the new Lord Ganesha medallion right here. The new Lord Ganesha medallion with the money spell intertwined. I only got a few left if people want some. You know what I'm saying? Powerful medallion. Slowly becoming my everyday. You know what I mean? And I'm loving it. One of my best creations yet. the Lord Ganesha money spell medallion. Price is 150, 120, 120 is the price. They're on the website, newlifetools.org. Also, family, I want to invite you, October 11th. Yes, the Cyber Magic will be live. We will be broadcasting that live as well. So the Cyber Magic class will be live streamed as well. We will be doing that, family. If you want to buy your tickets for the live stream. Also, if you want to buy your tickets in person, I'd rather see y'all in person because some of you guys I've never met before. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys, taking pictures with y'all, chilling, talking. We're going to have food at the event. Come on out October 11th at the shrine, the legendary Shrine of the Black Madonna. All right. You can go to my website to see the flyer, but you can get tickets. Just go to my website and it will take you to the place where you can purchase your tickets, family. All right. It's called the Cyber Sorcery class. We're going to go in. You understand? I ain't never gave y'all no weak information. Never gave y'all no weak information. Y'all know y'all walk away with gems every time I do a class. Whoever took that Buddha force learned some gems. You understand? So we're going to make it happen. Shout out to my whole team that has been helping me and you know, that take the weight off me when we got to do these things and do other things and tribal things. And shout out to my whole team. I appreciate all y'all. All right. Shout out to my New Life Tools fan. I know y'all want to get started. I got to show love first, right? Before I start saying, get your hand out the way and you know, let the spirit hit you. You know what I mean? Let me show love first, right? So yes, family, come on out. We're going to have a great time. Some of you guys have already been buying tickets. Thank you for that. And we're looking forward to, and like I said, I got some products that I'm never probably going to sell again. I'm only going to sell at the event. Y'all know my event, I run out of products all the time. I ain't running out this time. I don't care how many people show up. I ain't running out of products this time, right? They be sold out. I ain't still going to be sold out this time. I'm coming heavy, right? I'm getting them ready now. And we're going to do our thing, all right? October 11th, family. October 11th. So, thank you guys for being here for this live stream. I appreciate you guys. We're going to go in. And today's topic, family, is the immortal mind. The ultimate way to destroy karma. The development of the immortal mind. Right? We want to develop the immortal mind, which we want to talk about. And the ultimate way to destroy karma. You guys remember, and I'll answer questions as we talk, right? You guys remember, when I saw, you know, well, I'll say it like this. You guys know I've been talking about karma for a long time, right? You guys know I've been talking about karma for a long time, okay? A lot of you guys don't agree with karma. Some people say it don't exist. It's a waste of time. And those are the people who tend to fall into traps over and over and over. You know what I mean? Thinking they could do whatever they want to do in magic. Like there's no rules in magic, right? Like magic won't come back and hit you, right? Like you could just do whatever you want, right? Y'all got the game messed up. Because just like I said in my last live stream, there are rules, right? There are laws, okay? So I need you guys to understand. Yes, I'll talk about there's no good and evil because there's not. Okay? There is no good and evil. But there is laws of the universe. There are laws that you cannot break. There are things that will make you judge yourself without you even knowing it. There are things that will make you judge yourself without even knowing it. Transforming, I can't see the whole thing, but thank you for the donation, family. Look like I say transforming with Mo. Thank you for the donation. I can't see the whole thing, family. And thank you for any future donation that people give me here. I appreciate it. All your super chats, I appreciate it. Thank you. So you guys have heard me talk about this topic, but I want to help you guys. My job that I want to do is not give you the deepest, the dopest spells. I think I've done that a lot, spells. Spells are like a quick fix. We ain't got to do no work. Let's knock this spell out and we can get it out the way. Let's do a spell real quick and we ain't got to worry about doing no spiritual work, right? We don't want to have a mind like that. That is a very lazy mind spiritually, right? We also have to stop putting all of our faith into the physical and understand that your mind and your consciousness, if you develop it correctly, is everything you need, right? Everything you need. So I talked about there is a way. I always told you guys there is karma. But guess what, family? Karma don't exist for everybody. How about that? Karma don't exist for everybody. What in the world is Brother Yosef talking about? Karma doesn't exist for everybody. Human beings deal with karma. Gods don't. Human beings deal with karma and gods don't. What is karma? For all my newbies out here, what is karma, right? Karma is simply, in the simple terms, karma is a universe reacting to something you did. It is a reaction for an action you did. And when I say that the universe is reacting to you, it's really you. See, you already have this program inside of you to develop karma for yourself. You already have this program inside of you, family. It's already there, right? You already had a program inside you. It was built inside of you to develop karma, right? Your job is what you need to understand is that it doesn't have to be a part of your everyday life. And we're going to talk about that, right? There's things you can do to make sure you don't get karma. There are negative people there are people on this planet who do things that we consider to be negative or even evil sometimes. And the majority of these people don't even get karma. Well, how in the world does that happen? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Because I'm going to give you guys a super gem. You may not like it. Right? Because I'm all about people doing the work now. I'm all about people doing the work. You may not like the gem I'm going to give you because it ain't a spell. It's not a spell. It's not a quick fix thing you can do to just do this spell and your karma going. It ain't working like that. We got to get out of that mindset in spirituality. You see what I'm saying? Because the universe and the world we live in is changing dramatically. Just keep your eyes open. A lot of things are going to happen. Everything I said in 2020 Year to Master come in the past. Little by little. Right? So, and if you're paying attention, you're already starting to see the plots. Right? Even Trump is doing some questionable things. Right? He's doing some questionable things. Right? I'm hearing that now. You can't even talk about the election or nothing like that. They're going to start just blocking your channel. Yeah, they got some new laws coming up now. Right? They're going to start blocking your channel. Can your child be your karma if you have it with someone outside of your soulmate? Well, you don't have to be in someone, you don't get karma because you have a baby with somebody that's not your soulmate. You don't get karma for that. But you can get karma. A child can cause karma because in a past life, you and that child could have had some family issues. That son you're having could have been your father in a past life. That daughter that you're having could have been your mother in a past life. And y'all never got along. Y'all never got along. So yes, you could have a baby that could be your karma that you're going to need to work out. The baby may look precious and beautiful when it's little and small, but at the same time, family, the child may grow up and disrespect you, right? Just to give you some examples. It may grow up and cause some things that embarrass you or hurt your feelings, hurt your heart, breaks your heart. The child can even grow up and get murdered one day, right? Based on family karma. So I want you guys to understand, yes, a child can be born. And Kaisha Loft, thank you, Lot, thank you for the donation. Barbie, thank you for the donation. So that child can come back as a past relative and cause karma for you in this life. It is very possible based on what that child did. You see what I'm saying? Or based on what you did. Some people think that the best thing to do with family that they can't stand is just get away from them. That's not always the question. The thing is, do your very best to deal with the family. And then that's it. Do your very best to deal with the family. Don't just totally get away from them. Do your best to change your life, transform yourself. And if your family don't want to change, then the karma's on them. All right. You may have a mother or a father that you can't stand, and you've been trying to work out a relationship with them. And after trying so many times to work out a relationship, you're not supposed to keep trying till the day you die. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to try to work out a relationship with them, get them an opportunity, let them know that your heart is open, you're open, and then if they don't want to, get down with that, move on. You can just move on, family. All right. But always do your very best. Always honor your mother and your father the best you can. And but don't suffer with it. Don't suffer with it, family. And that don't just go for mother and fathers. It can go for brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, cousins. Sometimes you got to cut people off because you did your very best, right, to show people love, and then you had to move on. It is what it is, family. All right? It is what it is. So karma is that's what that is, right? Now, Dharma is also the universe reacting to you in more of a positive way, right? So when you do good deeds, people don't like these words because they feel like it's religion. You see what I'm saying? They feel like it's religion, but everybody in here know that when you do something good for somebody, your heart feels good, right? You feel good. Now, the best way to get the blessing is to do something for somebody and don't go around talking about it. Yeah, I just gave Johnny $300, man. Just give him the money and just keep it moving. That's how you get blessed. Bless the person, help them out. Don't go around telling everybody. Just give it to them. Help a person out. Because when you do that, it's more genuine. You're not doing it to show off. All right? So karma is the universe or your own self reacting to you in a negative way. You're getting back your karma that you put out, your negative energy you put out. And Dharma is, you can say, the positive things you put out into the universe. Okay? You're putting out these positive things into the universe, right? And it's coming back to you, right? And we like to believe that everything comes back 100-fold. So remember, when you do something negative, it may not come tomorrow. It may not even come next year, but it's coming. It's coming, baby. Believe that. It's on the way. You see what I'm saying? So do good things. Keep your business out of social media, right? Don't be telling people on social media what you're doing, the great things you're doing. You can share, but don't do it with an ego is what I'm saying, family. If you have a good relationship, a good marriage, keep your stuff off the internet. I have a wonderful marriage. I've traveled all over the different places, Caribbean islands, Hawaii. I've done great travels, got pictures with my family. I don't put all this stuff up on social media. I don't be believing everybody that put up everything they do on social media. You know what I'm saying? I don't be believing you. Why you got to show everything you're doing? It's like you want to show people that you're happy, and then behind the scenes, it's not what it is. But people put on the show. You see what I'm saying? So I recommend, if you got a good love life, a good relationship, keep people out your business. Right? That keeps the haters away. That keeps the negative people away that want to attack you. Yeah, keep your significant other off the internet. Keep them away from all this drama. Y'all know the social media full of drama. Keep them away, family. All right. Protect your energy is what I'm really saying. Right? Protect your energy. And we get into it, family. All right. That's how I feel. People doing the things for attention and clout, even in the spiritual community, flex how their knowledge. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, we want to make sure that we, have a private side, is what I'm really saying. You got a public side and a private side. Have your private side, family. You know what I mean? Have your private side, right? So I want you guys to understand that the reason why you have all this karma and you keep coming back and being reborn is because you're suffering. Until you stop suffering, you'll keep getting reborn over and over and over. You could be a multimillionaire and live your life every day, and you may think you're not suffering, but you are. And I'm not saying you're suffering because you're a millionaire. I'm saying that you're suffering because you're not evolving. Evolution, right? Evolution can stop suffering if you're on a path of evolution. Suffering comes from the ego. Suffering comes from the part of you that thinks it's real. Suffering comes from the part of you that thinks it's real. Suffering. It comes from the part of you that thinks it's real, your ego. Okay? We want to get away from suffering, family. We want to get out of that. Suffering is what's causing you to recycle over and over and over again. You keep choosing to suffer. It's a choice, whether you want to believe it or not, right? So evolution is key. And this is a key piece in spirituality, a key piece that a lot of people are missing when they're on the path of spirituality, right? When you're on the path of spirituality, a lot of people miss the thing. That's why I talk about it so much. I talk about it so much because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. Not that they have to, but I think they should, right? Over just giving people spells and rituals. There's a time for that. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. It's a time and a place for rituals. They are needed. They are necessary. Ceremonies, whatever you want to call them. Ceremonies, rituals, right? It's time for that. But the thing you got to make sure you're doing is focusing on the self. Make sure you're on a path of evolution. Y'all know I talk about this all the time. And I'm going to keep talking about it until I see people doing it. Okay? Until people start, the tone on a consultation start changing. Right? And people start talking about what they're doing to evolve. I shouldn't have to explain in what ways we need to evolve because I've given that information out. Unlimited. Like I've given y'all so many different ways. Even my new book, The Way of Radiance, I give y'all different paths to go on. Y'all know I'm Buddhism. I was heavy into Taoism, but Taoism and Buddhism is kind of the same thing. For years, I studied Taoism, and that kind of led me to the ultimate aspect of Buddhism, right? Buddhism, y'all think is a religion. And on one level, it is. I always tell you guys to be multidimensional in your thinking. On one level, it is, right? It is religion on one level, if you let it be. But there are hidden secrets and hidden messages that can give you power in Buddhism, right? It can give you power in Buddhism. Now, last night on my Patreon channel, I talked about the diamond body. I'm not going to go too deep into that right now, but I'm going to let you guys know. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and me and him was talking, and he was, we was talking about the different light bodies you could obtain. And I was letting him know that there's like a radiant body you can get past a diamond body, right? But you gotta live at least, you gotta have to be an immortal. You have to live at least 200 years to even get that type of body. That's why immortals become celestials. They become celestial beings once they evolve spiritually. If you can live 800, 900 years, when you die, your aura is so full, right? Your aura is so full of information and light, especially because you imagine practicing spirituality and for 700, 800 years, the right way, your aura is going to be so full, right? It's full of information until you're going to shoot to the top. So those people who are immortals, they tend to don't just get a regular, light body. They usually get like some type of celestial body. They become dragons and stuff like that, angels, and They become something high. Because that's a whole nother type of body, the celestial body, right? The radiant body, the diamond body, which you can't even access until you get your 12th chakra, right? You need to get to your 12th chakra before you even get a diamond body. A lot of people want to go towards that. And it could be developed. In order to get your regular solar light body, you need to activate your 8th chakra. right? You don't get to get off this planet and stop suffering until you activate your 8th chakra. It's a lot of names for it. Some people call it the black chakra. I did a video on that years ago. The black chakra and the true power of the Holy Ghost. All right? So you guys need to understand that it ain't as easy as saying, I'm going to read this book. Everything not in the book, y'all. Everything not in the book. I'm going to read this book and I'm going to evolve. No, you need to do some practices and evolve. All right? You can do some practices and evolve, family. So when life is good and suddenly bad things happen, is it necessarily karma or certain entities trying to stop your elevation? So and Kaisha Loft, thank you for the donation. So no, it's not always karma when bad things happen. Like right now, we're in a Mercury retrograde. I don't like to think of bad things happening during a Mercury retrograde, but what happens is things can happen, right? Because maybe you purchased something on the Mercury retrograde last time and then it breaks during this Mercury retrograde. You probably wasn't paying attention, right? Maybe you got a new water pump or something like that in your car. Then this Mercury retrograde, it just broke, right? Maybe you purchased a new printer for your work, and then this Mercury retrograde, your printer went out. You really need your printer to do your job. Your printer went out. Little small stuff like that, you know, nothing you could do. Maybe a family member got in a car accident or something like that. That's out of your hands. When I talk about karma, I'm mostly talking about things that affect you directly. Yes, you have family karma. We all know what our family karma is. It's the thing that we see happen in our family all the time, right? Whether it's sickness, financial issues, relationship issues. It's a long line of things that can happen to families. But think about your karma based on yourself. And when you're looking at yourself, you know what your karma is, right? Everybody know when the karma's coming back on them. That's a fact. Everybody know. You want to pretend like we like to pretend like we don't know. But, you know, for example, somebody might be gossiping about people at the job, right? And then as soon as something happened to you, negative, something bad happens, everybody at the job got something about you, making you upset. And this, for some reason, this time, like I said, it gets returned 100-fold, right? So this time, not only are people talking about you, but it's really hurting your feelings, right? It's really getting at you this time. Okay? That's all your karma coming back, right? You giving people the evil eye behind the scenes, and you wonder why you can't come up in life. Just giving some examples, not to call nobody out. I'm just giving some examples, you know? We all know when our karma is coming back to us. But a lot of us are really good at acting like it ain't. That's not my karma. You know what I'm saying? We also notice when other people's karma coming back. We can notice that real good, right? Sometimes it's hard to look at yourself and say, yeah, I'm the issue. I'm the problem. And if you can do that, then you can see reality clear and know what karma you have. We all have something negative about us because we're humans. We're not perfect, right? We're all trying to become divine. But in the meantime, we still have to deal with our humanity every now and then. And if you ever feel like you are highly divine, you may have something that happened in your life to bring you back down, and then you have to work your way back up. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when it comes to karma, we know when our karma is hitting us, and we know that when stuff in life just happened. Your tire went flat. It may not be karma because you never cut nobody tires. You never did nothing nobody car before. You never touched nobody car in your life. Your tire just went flat. You know, things happen in life. You ran over a nail. It is what it is, right? But when karma's hitting, we know. We know, family. We definitely know, right? Wanting and desires are the cause of all suffering. The more you want it, the more you're going to suffer for it. There are ghosts right now, people who are stuck on the other side, who still want to come back to earth and finish building their house. They want to come back to earth and hurt somebody because somebody hurt them or hurt somebody in their family. There's a lot of people who passed away that wants to stay on earth and suffer some more. They want to go through things. People who already passed away is what I'm talking about. They're on the other side. Some of them didn't cross over. Some of them still on earth, making other people suffer. We call them attaching spirits, right? debunks in the Hebrew. Ghost, walk-ins, wonders, right? These are the entities that love to attach to people. The more negative your frequency, the weaker your aura. That person that's always walking around cussing and fussing and drinking and smoking cigarettes, it's definitely jumping on them, right? Definitely jumping on them, because those are the people that these things look at as easy targets. And if you like to go to the club on the weekend and you spiritual, you know you ain't supposed to be in no club. I ain't here to judge nobody though. And the reason why I say that, don't go to the club, because it's bad stuff, energy in there. You just don't know it. There's ways you can have fun, but be careful. Okay, I'm not going to tell people. People can do what they want. Definitely don't go to no bars. Don't hang out in bars, right? And I'm not telling people not to have fun. I'm saying that as you evolve your mind, once you start to really evolve your mind, you're not going to do that stuff anyway. You're going to have to find other things that make you have fun, right? That you have fun with. This is all part of surrendering to the path, right? You really believe in the higher world? They got clubs and they partying and drinking and smoking? Come on now. We're not saying it's like church up there, but it's just certain things that's just, it don't make sense to do. If you're on a spiritual path, at least. You see what I'm saying? If you're on a spiritual path. That's what I'm saying, family. Let's see here. Black James Bond, thank you for the donation. Off topic, but how do I find out why people keep locking eyes with me? Psychic. Or am I borderline handsome? I am not exaggerating. When I say a lot of people lock eyes with me, friends agree. Okay, I don't know, family. I don't know you. I never met you before. But I have talked about that a lot before. People who do have this Venus energy on them real heavily, men and women, who just have a natural, everywhere they go, people just attracted to them. You know what I mean? That could be a gift and a curse. That could be a gift and a curse. Sometimes being a very beautiful woman could be a gift and a curse. It could be a curse because that could put you in harm's way sometime with sickos out here. The more attractive you are, the more you got to really watch yourself, because it could be some type of sicko that's looking to jam you up in life or hurt you, right? This person probably got denied and never fell in love all their life, and they hate all the women. They hate all pretty women. And you might be a target one day, right? And then men, it's some women out here that's mad at men, and you got to be careful. They might give you something. Or do worse, may set you up, right? There's a lot of things that people who are attractive have to be careful. I showed a video one time on my Patreon. This was on Instagram. I might have even showed it on YouTube. I'm not sure, but it was these two little young girls, 14, 15 years old, very, very beautiful young girls. I think one was black and one was white. And they sitting there playing the game, and it's these two monsters looking dudes in the background. And the video game camera's picking them up. They hunting. You understand? They behind these girls watching them. Then they walk up to them, hey, you like to play with nice stuff? And the girl's like, that's like some creepy stuff. What are you asking me that for? Right? But this is what happens. They look to see, they sit around, they watch you, and, you know, so it could be a gift and a curse. So you have to learn how to protect your energy, protect your beauty, right? If you're a woman that men seem to hit on you all the time, I would recommend you always having something like you can learn martial arts or boxing, something to defend yourself, right? Not to say you're the most beautiful girl in the world, but, you know, somebody might want to try you one day. You know, you might need to have that thing with you. You know, you might need to have that thing with you to protect yourself, right? You might need to know something to defend yourself. That's what I would definitely do, right? I would definitely tell women to do that. Not just a woman who she gets a lot of attention, but all women, right? I'm raising my daughter up, and I'm getting her into martial arts, and I want to get her into a lot of things to protect herself, right? To protect herself as she grows up. And then brothers, like now, as far as people locking eyes with you, brother, I really don't know. Maybe if I met you and saw your energy, I would know, but I really don't know, brother. It could be because you're handsome, right? But I would definitely say be careful with that. Make sure you don't get it taken advantage of, bro. All right? Make sure you don't get taken advantage of. Let's see here. Brother Yosef, there's a guy who likes me, but sincerely, it's Mercury retrograde. I'm kind of keeping my distance. How should I go about the situation since new relationships during retrograde is risky? Yes, I definitely would not start a new relationship during a Mercury retrograde. But you know, the thing about Mercury retrogrades is that opportunity constantly presents itself. And what you're really supposed to do during that time is look at the opportunity, write down the notes, and get ready. And after the Mercury retrograde, go reapproach it. Go take care of those ideas that you have, or the partnerships or situations that you're looking to get into. So yes, I recommend people, if you meet somebody during a Mercury retrograde, I would not pursue that, not even as a friendship. Be nice to them and say, hey, maybe we see each other again, we could talk, but keep it moving. Right? Keep it moving. You get tested during Mercury retrogrades. And like I say, y'all, I'm not saying all this to make people fear. I don't want y'all to fear Mercury retrogrades. I'm saying this to help you guys understand. I want you guys to know, like, how to move during this time. Because you know, some people, I remember when I first started talking Mercury retrograde, people wasn't a believer. And over the years, I have received so many consultations of people saying, man, Mercury retrograde, I believe now. It's real. Sometimes things happen to you bad every Mercury retrograde. You just don't know it's Mercury retrograde. That's what was happening to me. It's like my car would break down every Mercury retrograde. I'm like, man, what is it? What is it? What's going on? Mercury retrograde. I had no clue, family. Did not know. I did not know. Should your spiritual bath on your head, should you pour a spiritual bath on your head or dunk the head in the spiritual bath water? Also, do you strain and cleanse to keep the herbs in it? I recommend putting the actual herbs into a bathtub and sitting in it and dunking your head under the water that way, family. All right, Rashad Faro, thank you for the donation. I recommend doing it that way, family. Okay, overdoing it, just dumping it over your head. You need to submerge yourself so your aura can get clean. All right. Let's see here. Do you know anything about people having cold hands, like cold ice hands? I'm being gang stalked and I touched one of them people and their hands were cold. Jay, thank you for the donation. I'm not sure. I've never heard of that, family. Somebody stalking people with cold hands. I don't know anything about that, family. I'm not sure about that one, but thank you for the donation, family. All right. All right. So let's continue here. So always remember, family, desire and the wants are the cause of suffering. The more you want it, the more you're going to suffer for it. The more you desire, you're suffering. You just don't know you're suffering. And really put that into mind, because you can suffer and desire so many things that you don't even know you're suffering. You don't even know you're suffering from this. You desire it so bad, you don't even know. You don't even know, family. All right? So wants are the cause of our suffering. So is desire. Wants and desire is the same thing, family. Keep that in mind, right? So what is the immortal mind? The immortal mind is the divine mind. I got y'all on a basic level of it by telling y'all about the mystic mind, right? Developing a mystic mind, okay? You guys need to start developing next the immortal mind. The immortal mind is another word to say divine. And all immortals are gods, and all gods are mortals. Every human immortal is a god. Immortality is like the first step to godhood, right? And we have many immortals on this planet. Some negative, some positive. They're still divine. Doesn't matter. I think some people think that because something will be negative or demonic, it can't be divine. You got to understand the essence of entities you're dealing with. They have divine forces behind them that makes them immortal in a lot of ways. Okay? And that's go for some humans. You have immortal societies right here on this earth. Immortal societies. Okay? I see people asking me about other YouTubers. I don't talk about other YouTubers. I mind my business. I'm the master of minding my business. You understand? Don't ask me about other YouTubers. I mind my business, family. Not a bad question. Maybe you didn't know that, but I don't talk about other YouTubers. I mind my business. All right? I mind my business, family. So, developing a divine mind. Well, how in the world do you develop a divine mind? through practice. And there are things out here that can lead you on a path of enlightenment. Of enlightenment. Most people think that only your body can be immortal. Your mind can be immortal. Did you know that? You can develop an immortal mind. That's a whole nother level of spiritual science that people never even talk about. This is how and why people can remember their past lives. That's what you call the immortal mind. They have access to a certain part of their soul that they access it in a certain lifetime, and they can remember every lifetime from there on. So a lot of people come back with a lot of memory. Okay, that is something called the immortal mind, and you develop that, family, by following certain practices and following certain, living by certain codes and certain codes, conducts, and walking certain principles. There are spiritual principles. I'm going to say this again. I've been saying it. There are spiritual principles that will help you develop an immortal mind. Once you start to, it ain't easy, right? Once you start walking these principles, you can start to develop a whole new mind. Don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by what? Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Everything changes when your mind changes. Everything changes when your mind changes, right? So when you're living a certain set of principles and you constantly checking yourself on how your development goes, you're basing your development on these principles. Like I talk about all the time, the Eightfold Path. You can actually become enlightened, which is the process to developing an immortal mind, right? When you do that, family, once you become enlightened, there is no more karma. I'm going to say that again. Once you become enlightened, there is no more karma. Because when you become enlightened, you become a divine person, a divine one. Now, we walked around for years and called ourselves divine this and we the God of that, and I'm a God. Sometimes it's not about just having and calling yourself not even sometimes, it's never about just calling yourself a God. It's about doing the work to become the vessel so you can become a God. Once you become a God, family, on earth, even the Bible tells you that you're a God. Am I lying? Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Is it not written in the law that we are gods? We are gods. And you tell people that, they'll say, yeah, but that's little g. It don't make a difference. A God is a God. A God is a God. Greater things you're going to do than I did. That's what Jesus said. He said, you're going to do greater things than he did. I'm just giving y'all some examples. Right? The Bible been calling people gods since it was written, and people don't believe it. They rather get on their knees and beg, oh, Jesus, 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 instead of becoming a God yourself. What you calling on Jesus for? He said you're going to do greater works than he did. What you calling on him for? What are you calling on any God for? Right? Stop waiting on the gods, because the gods are waiting on you. Stop waiting on the gods, because the gods are waiting for you. How about that? People just don't understand it. It's okay when you're a beginner. Man, my spiritual parents stay knocking my hand away. You don't need me, boy. You straight, you good. I've learned to do a lot of things on my own. And what I can't take care of, I just trust the fact that my higher self is going to take care of it. Right? I just trust the fact that my higher self is going to take care of it. Even if I think I can't do it, I'm going to try. You miss all the shots you don't take. You can't miss every shot, but the ones you don't take are the ones you miss. You miss all the shots you don't take, even on your spiritual path. Right? So you are already a God. You just have amnesia. You have amnesia. And that's really what we're talking about here. That's why I told y'all in the last live stream, when you say, oh, that makes sense, you're just remembering. You're just remembering something that you already know. You just forgot. And I promise you that's exactly what it is. Some people are in religions and different systems and they fight against their spirituality. You know you're supposed to be over here. Everything you need is here. And the Buddhist path is one of the most full systems you can find. Most spiritual systems are scattered. In the Buddhist path, you can find magic. You can find rituals. You can find real spiritual power, right? You can find prayers, mantras, all the stuff that people do in spirituality. It come out of Buddhism anyway. Am I lying? Yeah, we're going to do rituals, yoga, all that stuff, right? It all come out of Buddhism. Everything, if you know, if you study something deep enough, you'll start noticing in some way this thing come out of the Buddhist culture. What some people think comes out of China, Buddha was actually born in Africa. The original Buddha. He was a prince in the Indus Kush Empire, part of the Kushite Empire. They changed the maps, y'all, in case you didn't know that. They changed the maps. India was part of the Kushite Empire. He was from a small village and he was a prince. Then he traveled into Egypt. He traveled into Indonesia, to Tibet. He traveled to all these places and learned and went to school. The original Buddha. Most people think the Buddha just went under a tree one day and became enlightened. No, Buddha went to school. In case you don't know that. He went and studied. He did the work. And then he developed something that nobody ever saw before. A human in God form. A human in God form. But in the meantime, he was training. And then after he finished training, he became a teacher. This is where he got the whole story of Jesus from. Buddha story, the God Heru story, all mixed together is Jesus' story. Buddha went around to all the schools and he trained as well. He learned meditation. He didn't know none of this stuff. He just had a desire. And I'm saying this so you guys can understand, you guys are starting from the same point Buddha started from. The original Buddha. He had a desire to grow spiritually. So he went and studied. He went and did the work. He did the practices for years. And then after years of, they said Buddha even have a wife and a child. He left them all. He said, look, Dad, I need you to take care of my children and my wife. I got to go get this knowledge. Yes, according to the Apocryphal books, Jesus did go to Egypt and study and train. So Jesus was a magician, in case you guys don't know that. He studied magic and spirituality. You know, they just didn't put it in the Bible. And I don't understand Christians reading the Bible because it's not even a real Bible. If you ain't reading 1611, what are you reading? And the Bible said, hey, don't mess with this book. And they took it, the original Bible had 80 books in it. You got 66 books today. You're reading trash. You're reading copied trash. I ain't gonna call it trash. Let me rephrase that. I just don't understand people, man. I gotta let it go, right? You can't save everybody. Because all that is copied from somewhere else. All that is copied from somewhere else. Book of Revelations, all is copied from somewhere else. Genesis, right? All those types of stories existed in other cultures way before the Bible was even written. There's nothing original about the Bible at all. Zero. Even the original Bible didn't even have the name Jesus in there. Who y'all calling on when you call on Jesus? Who you calling on, right? Who you calling on? I'm curious. Hell Zeus, right? So at the end of the day, family, Buddha is walking the same path, a lot of y'all walking today. Y'all trying to grow, y'all trying to get the knowledge, y'all learning. Same thing he went through. He did the work though. He didn't just sit there and just say, I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'm gonna listen and that's it. No, he went to listen, he went and got some books, he studied and did the work, did the practices, and then it didn't even say he had all these magical powers. Right? Let's talk about that. After he did all the study and ritual work, he went over and sat under a tree one day and became enlightened. He reached nirvana through meditation. The Siddhas reached nirvana through yoga. And I love researching the Siddhas. I'll talk about them in the Mystic Mind Conference because Siddhas represent supreme human potential. They also are gods, baby gods. All these Siddhas, right? From India. But the Bodhisattvas are Buddhas, that people who obtain Buddhahood, which is also enlightenment, right? They obtain it, and then they said, I'm going to come back and help everybody else. Some people try to call me Maitreya. I'm not Maitreya Buddha. Don't call me that. He's here, though. He's here. And for people who don't know who Maitreya is, that's the original, that's the one who's coming. Some people want to call him the Christ. Right? But it's up for y'all to believe that. It is what it is. I'm just trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all in the Buddha First lecture which Buddha I am. Told y'all which Buddha I am. But at the end of the day, y'all, don't sleep on Buddhism. I promise y'all everything you need is right there. You want to learn rituals and like I said, everything you do anyway comes from Buddhism. Right? So we want to make sure that we develop this divine mind by trying our best to get on the path of enlightenment. Right? We want to get on the path of enlightenment. Name another system that's guaranteed to give you inner enlightenment. Outer enlightenment is something different. Outer enlightenment is once you achieve inner enlightenment, you can start to develop outer enlightenment, which is you actually show the power. But the inner enlightenment turns you into a vessel for the power. Right? The inner enlightenment turns into a vessel for the power. Then you can do things. Outer enlightenment. Right? But just achieving inner enlightenment can take you home. But it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you something. What are you willing to sacrifice? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Let it go. It's hard to let go. Because the name that we was born with, we think that that's us. The fact that you had to struggle in your life and you was molested, you was raped, you was abused, you think that that's you. Your ego has taught you that these things are you. These things are designed to keep you suffering. They're designed to keep you in a suffering state. They're designed by your ego. Your ego's scared to die. It's scared that you're going to lose. It's going to lose itself one day. That's why I tell you all the time, give yourself a new name. That's one way to punch the ego in the face. Give yourself a different name. Give yourself a different name. And that will help you develop a different mindset. Because now the person you're talking about is an aspect of your higher self. You're just giving it a name. And that part you never suffered. Which is the real you, by the way. So once again, you was raped, you was molested, you was hurt, you was abused, beat up by people in your family, whatever it is, whatever you went through, let it go. Just let it go. It's not the real you anyway. That's what I had to learn. All the things about myself I thought was me because it was given to me growing up. I had to let all that go and become somebody totally different. So Brother Joseph is the name I gave myself because I liked my name, Joseph, right? So Brother Joseph is the name I gave myself. Joseph is the true name to say Joseph, Yosef, depending on what culture you come from, right? So I didn't want to be egotistical with it, the great grandmaster. No, I'm Brother Joseph because I when you know me, I am like a brother, right? So Brother Yosef is what it is. That's who I became. And then when I started getting into another aspect of my life, I gave myself another name. Nawadi Awi. Nawadi Nakwisi Awi, which is the sky deer. Sky star deer. The deer is a mystical, spiritual animal. Y'all know, y'all, if y'all read the Buddha, y'all read my Way of Radiance book, y'all know I talk about that. That's my animal spirit, and the snake as well. The snake in the deer. But the sky and the stars represent the spirit world. So that's the name I gave myself, Sky Deer. Right? That's my tribal name. Right? That's another real part of me. In my lifestyle, I'm living that in one way. And then in another way, I'm Brother Yosef. But who I was born with, that name, I'm not that person. I play that role around my family. I become that person just to survive on earth when I need to become that person. But I don't live in that person. I'm back to being Brother Yosef. So give yourself a new name, family. Right? Give yourself a new name. Brother Yosef, what can we use to clean our medallions when they start to galvanize? Well, the medallions, family, they will never fade if you treat them right. I know people who has their medallions, they never faded. I still have my medallions, they never faded. But I warn people, don't keep them in bags and keep them rubbing against your pocket. You're just going to, because this is not solid gold. If it was, y'all would pay a lot more than $120. Right? This just has gold color on it, but it's a strong seal, and you scratch it and all, it ain't coming off. You have to really do some work on it, sweat on it, put heat on it, rub it, it'll come off. So be careful, take care of your tools, family. It won't lose power. So it's not that it needs to be cleaned. You just got to take better care of it so it doesn't fade. Right? Right. A lot of people have theirs and it never faded. Some people just hard on stuff. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Some people just, you give them something, they hard on it. Right? It's just how they are. Y'all remember that growing up, we had that one cousin, every time he come over, you know he about to break something. He hard on stuff. You know what I'm saying? He grow up, he get a car, he drive hard. You know, we all had a cousin like that growing up. Oh, here comes such and such. They about to, one of my toys about to get broken. I know it. Some people just like that. All right. So there's a silver body and a diamond body. Is there also a golden body? Yes, the golden body is the solar body. The silver body is what you call the lunar body, the moon body. That body is not the most powerful light body. It's a light body for the fourth dimension. Talk about that in the Mystical Mind Conference. But at the same time, and by the way, if you guys want to purchase the Mystic Mind, my version of it, where I talked, and then also the Buddha Force lecture, you can go to KioeMinistries.org. KioeMinistries.org. One of my moderators, can y'all put that up for me? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. KEOWEE Ministries.org. You can get there. Also, I have a very powerful lecture on the inner earth, one that I did in Patreon some time back. It was an inner earth, very powerful. And I literally talk about my experience and the things I saw in the inner earth. So that's another lecture I have on that website, the Inner Earth lecture. All right. Whitney Queen Golden, thank you for the donation. On my 35th birthday, I had a supernatural experience. I saw something and I had on a rose quartz. It broke that night. Was it a reason on my B-day? What do you mean by did the rope break or did the quartz crystal break? If the quartz crystal broke, that's very, because that's quartz. Quartz is not something that can easily break. So I'm not sure what it was. I would have to know a lot more about that situation. On on why your crystals break. Crystals can crack and break, but they shouldn't. Now, one of them that breaks a lot if you get it wet, and people think it's a negative omen, is what's the black one? Hematite. Hematite is one that you can't get wet. It'll eventually become brittle and it will crack. Y'all know about selenite, very powerful crystal selenite, but selenite cannot get wet, right? So some people don't know these things and they break. This one guy called me. This is like 2 or 3 years ago. Said, brother, yo, said, man, I just spent like $40 on some selenites, man. Big pieces of selenite, and I put them in a big bucket of water to cleanse them, man. And I came back like 2 hours later, they was gone. I'm like, yeah, bro, you're not supposed to put no selenite in no water. He's like, oh, I spent $50, man. No, bro, you don't clean selenite. You never have to clean selenite. But he said he put it in there, left it outside, and he thought somebody stole it. The whole selenite was just dissolved in the water. I'm like, yeah, bro, don't do that. So you don't got to wet selenite. Yeah, hematite will rust as well. And that's actually something you can use magically. When the hematite rusts, you can take that and make some war water with it. You can, you know what I mean? You can sprinkle that around your house. Yeah, that's some good, powerful iron right there. Iron keeps away negative energy and negative spirits. Negative elementals as well. Actually, it keeps away all elementals. So if you got on something with iron, don't try to work with fairies and gnomes and stuff like that. All elementals hate iron. It will burn them. It will burn their skin like acid. Even sea salt. Don't have sea salt on. Elementals cannot stand these forces. They can't stand it, family. All right. I know we Black Things Bond, thanks for the donation. I know we picked this life before we came back. But what is the purpose of choosing a life of struggle? It solely prepared me for success. I was molested and I never get things easily. Okay, family. So, everything to give you the 100% clear answer on that. Everything that happens to us is based on karma. Some people go through their life, they never get molested, they never get beat up, they never get, bad things just don't happen to everybody in life. You know what I'm saying? I had some negative things happen to me in life, but I never got beat up or, nothing bad never really happened. Something that's really traumatic never happened to me. Too bad, right? I've seen traumatic things, but nothing in my childhood I never really had. I was protected. That's not like for everybody, right? So everything that happens to us is based on some type of karma, right? Some type of karma. And all we do in the next life, we still deal with that karma, but we fix it. That's the most important thing. And your cross, I don't want to say your cross, because that's the example people use. You carrying a cross, but your burden on earth may be a little bit heavier than everybody else's. But trust me, there's always somebody else's burden that's way heavier. Always somebody's burden that's way heavier, family. And I'm not saying that to make your stuff seem light. I'm just trying to get you to see that we all have something we come back with that makes us struggle in some type of way, right? Our job is to defeat it. So we choose the life. Yes, you do choose the fact that you're going to struggle in life, but you overcome it. You see what I'm saying? I've overcome many struggles in my life, right? I've overcome many struggles in my life. That's the whole goal, family. You go through it, but you go through it to overcome it. Life ain't about what you accomplish. It's about what you overcome. And once you really understand that, game over. You should be focused in life on overcoming things because you get lighter. You feel better. And remember, like I said, whatever happened to you in your physical life, it's not you. It happened to your ego. It happened to the person that your parents gave you that name. It happened to that person. It didn't happen to your soul. It didn't happen to you, but you can let it affect your soul. That's what happens. We let these things affect us, and it turns into a black spot in our soul because we so hurt by it. We so angry by it, right? I was just talking to somebody today about Native Americans being killed all these years and what we supposed to do. Well, I think it was yesterday I was talking to them about it, and I was telling people sometimes you gotta let that go and create a new idea, create something new. Because people love to get stuck on the traumas that happen. Not to say this person was stuck, but people sometimes can get stuck on the traumas that happen in their life. Just let it go. Surrender. That's the hard part, is surrendering, right? Maybe you was raised in the streets. You was raised a certain way. Maybe you was a stripper. Maybe you was a drug dealer. Whatever. Maybe you anything was, anybody could be anything. But that doesn't have to be you forever. Surrender, let that go, and become somebody new. Somebody said, "Can I speak on trapping vampires in the fourth dimension?" You can't trap a vampire in the fourth dimension. I'm not sure what you mean by that, family. Let's see here. Therian Indigod. Is there a copper fleece body? Since AUCUAG are aligned. Also, someone said my spirit name was hydrogen. Said it was speaking through me. There is not a copper body, not that I know of. I know in martial arts there's a copper body. You can develop. They showed you some of that in the movie The Man with the Iron Fist. That's a real thing in Kung Fu. Like, you can develop this copper body or this copper energy. That's in Kung Fu. That's in martial arts. But spiritually, no, there's no copper fleece body. Not that I know of, family. Thank you for the donation. What does it mean? And that was okay. I can't even say this person's name. What does it mean if you dream of gaining powers from a book I read in my dreams? Am I close to achieving my goals? That means that what you dream about is what's possible. You have the possibility of obtaining powers through a book. You can obtain some powers through the right book. I talked about that in the Buddha Force lecture. With the right book, you can obtain powers, but at the same time, you won't find, and I want to keep telling everybody this, but it's the truth. You won't find everything in a book. Eventually, the books get kind of put to the side. They come back for reference, for study. But at the same time, you start to obtain knowledge and information from the higher worlds through visions and dreams and interacting with beings on these higher levels. Okay? That's what that really is, family. That's how that goes. So you can obtain information in the future as you get to a certain spiritual level. And then that type of information, a lot of people never heard on Earth before. They never heard on Earth, so they're not going to believe what you're saying. But for some people, for the chosen, they're going to be like, man, that makes sense. For the chosen ones, right? Many are called, few are chosen. Everybody on here who's watching this video, you are called, even if you are a troll. You may not see it yet. It may be 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years before you come back and say, I actually had a person contact me. I'm not going to say her name. But this is a girl that actually told me that she used to say bad stuff about me in comments, and she called me and apologized. I thought that was so honorable. I'm waiting for a man to call and do that. I'm waiting for one of my male trolls to do that. But she called me and apologized to me. She said, yeah, I talked dirty about you. I called you crazy, called you all kind of names in your chat and all this stuff. And she's like, I'm sorry. I apologize, Brother Yosef. You was right. I just couldn't see it at the time. So all the trolls that come on here, I ain't mad at you. I understand you don't get it yet. And you probably think I'm crazy. It's okay. It's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good, family. But at the end of the day, I want you to understand that you're chosen. You're called. Everybody who's watching this right now, you're called. Right? You are called. But at the end of the day, many are called. Only a few are chosen, because only a few are going to do the work. Only a few are going to do the actual work. And we got to understand that, family. Ice Storm, can retrieve, save a person you once knew in the lower realms, in the lower levels of the astral plane. Can retrieve, can save a person who you once knew. I'm trying to understand what that means, fam. Are you asking, can you save a person? Yes, you can. If you know what you're doing, you can help. You can save a person in lower realms. If you know the right things to do, yes, you can, family. Peace and love, brother Joseph. I come from a Christian background. How do I go about with my mother that thinks that dragons are the devil, and she thinks I worship the devil, which don't really exist. We argue. Bolos Music, thank you for a donation. Let me tell you something, my brother. Do not waste your time trying to save your mother. We all love our mamas. We all love our mothers. But don't waste your time, family, trying to save your family. You just gotta let them go. I had to learn that a long time ago, right? And the spirit told me, Yosef, stop trying to prove everything to your family and start trying to prove it to yourself. So Bolos Music, what I want to encourage you to do is prove these things about dragons and spirituality to yourself. Leave your family out of it because you can't save them. You can't help them. And you're not here to save them or help them. You will, but you'll do it in another way through your bloodline. You overcome the family generational curses, you can help out the next bloodline that's born through you. You can help them overcome it. But as far as your family, your mother, your father, your brother, sister, whatever you got, don't be trying to save your family. All spiritual people make that mistake in the beginning. I made that mistake. It caused a lot of arguments and frustration. And yes, my family thought I was worship the devil. Because people are afraid of what they don't understand. Right? People are afraid of what they don't understand. So if they don't understand, there's only one word they use: Satanism. Satanic devil worship. I saw somebody wrote a comment in one of my past videos recently. I left it up there because I thought it was funny. They said this man is the devil. He practices black witchcraft and satanic magic. I thought it was so funny when I read it. I just left it up there. It's on one of my videos. Somebody just recently wrote it. He said that Yahweh was going to judge me or something like that. I just laughed. So last time somebody told me that, I said, good, send me to hell because I need a vacation anyway. I need a vacation. And this person left me alone. They said, this man is crazy. He lost his mind. I think somebody attacked me tried to verbally attack me on YouTube, on Instagram one time. You're full of satanic devil worshiping magic. You're going to go to hell and burn in hellfire, baby. I said, good. I need a vacation. So let me know when I'm going. And this man's like, he put up another, said, this man is crazy. He lost his mind. I thought it was so funny, man. If I'm bored, I'll play with you. I do that on Instagram sometimes. I do get people that try to say things. I mess with them back. You know what I mean? You're a devil worshiping satanic. You're going to hell. Good. You coming with me? People don't even know what they're saying because they don't read anything outside of their books. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge them. I let, hey, do what you want to do. Just don't attack me. Because the worst thing to do is try to convict me with the Bible. It ain't going to work. I used to be, you know what I'm saying? I study that thing back and front. I know what that is. You wasting your time. You could never convict me with the Bible. I'm way past that now. So yeah, remember, family, do not give your time to your family like that when it comes to spirituality. Just be who you are around them. And when it comes to spirituality, let it go. You cannot save them. You cannot help them, family. All right? You can't save them. All right? I also want to encourage the people that I come in here and people are entertained by me. Don't be entertained by me. I'm not here to entertain people. I'm here to show you something and give you some gems you can use so you can grow. I'm not here to entertain nobody. I'm here to help people grow. It's nice when people are in here. You know, I get a bunch of people in here, but it really don't matter to me. If I get 30 people in here, I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here to help people open their mind. And for the ones who come in here and they want to get their mind open, I'm grateful. Because I bear fruit, baby. I don't know about everybody else. I bear fruit in my tribe, in my house, and in my spiritual life. And I want to encourage people to live the same lifestyle and benefit from it. You see what I'm saying? Benefit from the same lifestyle. I'm not telling you to be a Buddhist. I'm telling you to study the principles. You can be whatever you want to be. You can practice Wiccan, you can practice witchcraft, sorcery, You can practice. You can literally practice witchcraft and sorcery, wizardry. Right? You could be a Ifa, practice to work with the Orisha, work with the voodoo deities, and still follow Buddhist principles if you want to. Now, if you're initiated, I ain't talking about the people who are initiated. If you're initiated, then follow the rules that you're supposed to follow. I'm talking about people who dibble and dabble and they look at different things and play with different things. I'm saying you can still do, I still do a lot of other things. But I do walk a certain path with principles and morals that's going to judge me. Oh man, let me correct myself. This is okay. That goes against what I believe in. That goes against what I stand for. It ain't enough of that in spirituality. And that's why everybody all over the place. We need light, right? We need light in the community. We need light in the spiritual community. We in dark, crazy time. They even talking about something now with the mpox about to start breaking out. They just did an international thing with the mpox where they trying to tell everybody beware the mpox, which is supposed to be the new thing they're gonna do for you know, I gotta watch what I say on here. They might try to shut my video off. Somebody said that gets 667 views or more was also once at 666. 666 is cool, right? It's all good. That's 666 is 9 anyway. It's completion. Depending on what level you're looking at it on, right? Some people say 666 is Satan. It is on one level, if you believe that. There's always levels to things. That's what I want y'all to develop, this magical mind. Understand there's always levels to consciousness. So when you look at melanin, don't just say melanin is this. No, melanin is multiple things. You look at Lucifer. Lucifer is Satan. On one level, Lucifer is Satan. But Lucifer is so much more. You know? Well, you know, the goddess Venus is this. Yeah, goddess Venus is that on one level, but Venus is so much more. Develop that multi-dimensional mindset to look at things on different levels. Right? 666 is also carbon. Exactly. The key of life. 666 is the key of life. Carbon. You can't have life without carbon. You see what I'm saying? Do y'all know, and this is, I'm talking to so-called black people. I call y'all so-called because I believe y'all really indigenous. But so-called indigenous or black people, do you know if you comb your hair, let your hair grow out? And I'm not lying when I say this. If you comb your hair, letters 1 through 9 will come out of your hair. If you don't believe me, try it. Let your hair get a little kinky. You got an afro, comb your hair, and as the hair falls out, little small hair particles, you will actually see the number 1 through 9 fall out your hair. I first heard a person say that years ago when I first woke up spiritually. I was in my teacher Imam shop. He was watching some kind of conscious video, and his man said it. He was from Africa. He said, yes, if you have this hair, you can comb it and all the letters 1 through 9 will come out of your hair. And sure enough, I did it. 1 through 9 came out of my hair, blew me away. You know what I'm saying? So there's more to 666 than what we think. That number used to scare me. It doesn't scare me anymore. I know what it is. It's completion. It's 9. Life. Life is completion. Life is 9. Y'all know that's how they wrote 100% in Egypt. They wrote the number 9. So it's so powerful, family. So many things. So many things. Let me answer a few more questions here, and I'm going to get out of here, family. But I want you guys to understand what we talked about tonight. Don't come in here for entertainment. Come in here and get these gems, this information I'm giving you. Get on a spirit. It don't have to be Buddhism. Once again, find a path. And I keep saying this is I don't hear people talking about it. And consultation. I do consultations every day. And until I hear people change what they say in consultation, I'm going to keep talking the same thing until people get it. until people get it. So find a system. And y'all know I just got in this information last year. Last year is when I start really heavily talking about people need to start following a certain path or system in spirituality. Because it was time for it. The Spirit told me it's time to start telling these people to get serious. No more just we gonna knock out a spell and a ritual. That's a quick fix, a band-aid. You're not evolving from that. There's a time for spells and rituals, but we need to evolve, y'all. And you can only truly do that by letting go. So you want to learn, how do you overcome karma? Develop an immortal mind, become enlightened. And enlightenment is not just one thing. You can obtain inner enlightenment. If you can obtain inner enlightenment, that means your mind has been totally fortified, transformed. Your mind has been totally transformed and fortified. To get rid of karma, develop the mindset to evolve and become enlightened. And when you do this, you can defeat karma. Because your lifestyle will change so dramatically until you won't even do things that bring karma to you. You will go into your next life or the heavens with no karma. You deal with karma now. We all deal with karma now only because we have the wrong mindset. Humans have karma. Are you a human or are you a god? If you're not a god, develop into one. Who are you? What are you? Right? It may not happen overnight, but slowly but surely, I can tell you from experience, you will, yes, everything will change. Everything will change. And if you start to get in this path, really, you will actually open up your throat chakra. Right? So your consciousness, the reason why you even listen to Brother Yosef, because your heart chakra is open. Once you start to become conscious, your heart chakra starts to open. You start to see the truth. But if you want to start to become the truth, your throat chakra will help you develop something called the truth body. The truth body, I talked about this in the Buddha Force as well. The truth body is a real spiritual body you can have. And it helps you live your truth. Right? And it helps you speak your truth. It's called the truth body. There's more to it than that, but that's what that is, family. And it starts to develop every level of chakra you have is a level of consciousness. It's a new body. Every level of consciousness you have is a new body. A new body. So the seventh chakra is when the universe opens up and you start to receive knowledge and information. This is when you really start to astral travel and start to develop astral projection and astral travel in the seventh chakra, because you actually you have access now to information that you never had before. You also receive information that you never even studied. I have gotten here many times and said things that I never even studied, and it came out to be true. This because the Spirit just pours into me certain things. Once you get to that level, you have one more step to go. And that's by doing some type of spiritual work. You can develop the eighth chakra, right? And when you develop the eighth chakra, that's the actual evidence that you're getting off the planet by developing your eighth chakra. By developing your eighth chakra, you can create your own universe, your own world. You're off the planet. Don't think about the diamond body. You got to get to your 12th chakra. It takes a lot of intense work to develop your diamond body. Right? And I did a whole thing to talk about that last night on Patreon. I had to get that out because I get so many questions about the diamond body. I'm like, whatever happened to the light body, the regular solar body? Nobody wants that. It's not weak. Everybody wants the most hardest extreme thing, but nobody wants to do the work. What they say in one of my favorite movies, Mark for Death, Steven Seagal, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want dead. Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. People scared to die, but they want to go to heaven. You know what I mean? Christians want to go to heaven, but they scared to die. That's when you're really on another spiritual level too, when you don't fear death, when you know what to expect when you cross over. Your gifts will make room for you in the spirit world. Your good name will make room for you in the spirit world. Develop a good name. Develop your gifts. They make room for you in the spirit world. Yes. You do get points for what you're doing. Remember, you have a duty to do. It ain't just about developing your spiritual body. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. What's going to happen, family, when you develop your spiritual body and you leave the planet, you're going to become a Buddhist. You're going to get to heaven. You're going to realize, I didn't help nobody. Let me go back and help some people. I done finally made it off of here, and I don't want to be up here because it's so beautiful and so great. I want to go back and help somebody else get here. That's something that happened to me in a past life. You know what I'm saying? I got up off this planet and said, man, let me go back and help. Everybody got to experience this. Everybody got to experience this. That's what's going to happen if you just do the spiritual work and you evolve. You have a choice. You can go to heaven and stay. But I promise you, once you get up there, you ain't going to want to stay. You're going to want to come back and help everybody else. Because, see, you can always go back. No matter what you do in your life, you can always go back to that heaven state. Once you make it, you never lose it, by the way. You never lose it. You can always go back. You're not born with that mindset of knowing that, right? But you can always go back. So in the meantime, you come back to help people. So while you're down here, don't just develop your spiritual gifts in your spiritual body. Help somebody. Give somebody a hand. Encourage them. Right? Let your gifts make room for you, and let your name make room for you. Right? A good name is better to be chosen over rubies and diamonds. Who remember that scripture back in the day? A good name. Right? Have a good name with your neighbors. Have a good name with your job. Man, having a good name on my job in the past saved me from so many different issues. People have tried to lie to me in my job in the past. People was like, no, not Joseph. No, not absolutely not. No, it's not him. He wouldn't do that. Saved me from so much stuff. Brother Yo said, why is it such a struggle to reach the blissful side of spirituality? It's not a struggle, family. You just have to do the work. Once you start doing the work, it's going to be hard to do the work. But the truth is, everybody has experienced bliss in there at one point. If you had sex before, you've experienced bliss. Right? If you ever had somebody make you feel good and a good laugh, you really had a good time, you've experienced happiness and bliss. You've experienced higher states. The goal is to stay there. How do we stay in these states? And don't get me wrong, on earth, you're going to have moments where it pulls you back down. I've been driving before in a blissful state, having a good day, and a joker come and just cut me off, run me off the road. Yes. I get upset for a second, and then I come back. I come back, family. I don't get out my car and yell and scream. I let it go. I'm alive. I'm safe. It is what it is. But I've had many moments like that. I'm driving and I'm smiling, having a good day, right? Somebody give you the finger. Somebody cut you off, right? Somebody cut you in line, right? And your ego be barking at you. You ain't no punk. You let them know what it is. You better let them know where you from. You don't play that. Ego just be talking, boy, and that's a test. If you're not going, I feel like this is what I had to make my mind understand. If you're not going to physically harm me, I'm going to let it go. I don't care how I look. As long as you don't disrespect my wife and my daughter, if they with me, right? You could disrespect me all day. You're not going to disrespect my wife and my daughter. That's a whole nother level. But if I'm alone and you cut me off, you cuss me out, I'm just going to walk away. As long as you don't put your hands on me and I ain't got to defend myself physically, I'm good. I could do that. I don't got to go word for word with you after that. See what I'm saying? I had to grow into that, though. we all got to grow, right? Remember, family, October 11th, we are doing the cyber sorcery class. I promise you want to miss it. I'm dropping some gems. We're going to have some powerful spiritual tools there that I'm going to be making myself. I'm going to be doing some new stuff. Come on down. We would love to see you in person. If you can't make it in person, get the virtual event. All right? Get the virtual event. But I would love to see you guys in person. Come on down, because we don't know what's going to happen in this world when we're going to get another physical event. Come on down, family. Let's have some fun. Let's get this information. It'll be great to meet a lot of you guys. All right. So peace and love. Thank you guys for watching. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. We'll make it sooner than later. I've been off here for 14 days. So the next one will be coming. I'm going to try to knock one out every week, family. All right. And I'm going to give y'all exactly what the Spirit telling me to give y'all. This is what the Spirit gave me for y'all today. All right. Somebody needed this message. So thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. And remember, my words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. Let that be the mantra. Let that be the mantra, family. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace.